So, welcome everyone to Tea and Tarot, a podcast for candid conversations sparked by tarot and steeped in tea. Today, I am joined by Sairi. Hi, Sairi. How you
Hello.
doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Minna. I'm so excited.
Yay! I'm so excited to have you. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
shuffling your cards so we can have that first reading going. But
Right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
what kind of reading do you want today?
Hmm. It's a good question. You know me. I don't think before these things.
That's okay. It's just like
um,
whatever is on your mind, whatever you want to feel like
well,
talking
let's see.
about, because it's a
I
personal journal podcast. We get to talk about whatever we want.
Okay. Well, I've talked to Minna about this. How I'm trying to move. I won't disclose
Right.
locations, obviously, but I am trying to move from my current location. So I guess what I want a reading is how will that go? How will my move go? Is it the right move or should I stay kaput? Stay put.
Good question. So we will
Yeah.
do a reading on your moving endeavors. Um, is there a way that you are personally leaning right now?
Like if I want to move or not, or if I think I
Well,
should move or not.
I guess more in the realm of think, because I know that you want, but how does it
Yeah.
feel like thinking about actually putting that into action?
Oh, I'm a nervous Nelly. I'm a big ball of anxiety. My anxiety meds are working on overdrive right now.
God, if I had them, mine would also be.
Manifesting things, no.
I have some pretty good cards here for you, honestly. We've got the World, the Mother of
Hmm.
Swords,
Okay, okay.
if I can find that button, and the Nine of Swords.
All right.
And I'll stick them out. You can actually see them.
Oh
Are they
no.
loading well for you in VTube Studio?
I do not see them in. Oh yeah, I do actually. Haha.
Awesome.
Yes, I can see them in Video Studio. I was looking on your stream.
um, so I think you have a lot of good potential with making a big move like that right now. The world is always a great sign. But for those who might just be listening, I am using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I really like how the guidebook actually words this one, so I'm gonna read it out verbatim. The
Hmm.
world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to experience this energy, as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image of the card, close your eyes, and envision this radiating energy inside of you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks you from feeling this sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? Um, so
Good
it's,
explanation of that card.
yeah, this book just writes so well. Um,
Hmm.
so I think you're in that point of completion where you have a lot of avenues that you could go down. Um,
Hmm.
it's just a matter of like ensuring that feeling of wholeness when you move on to your next place. The Mother of Swords, I would say, is a good indication of being able to make decisions right now. She's pretty good at looking out for others and making sure that necessities are taken care of so the family unit doesn't have to worry. She's a
Hmm.
great decision maker. But the Nine of Swords, while it sometimes could look a little contradictory, it is a card that kind of explains this jumbled mind where you're having issues making decisions. I think you have some mind clutter to clear up in order to um make your decision more decidedly.
Sure
But
do. Sure do.
you are so fully capable of it right now, and that's really, really exciting to see.
Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel a lot better because those who know how much I want to make this move. So,
Yeah, I definitely think you can
yeah.
make it happen, and it sounds like you've got a good support system to help
Hmm.
make the move, and it's not like you're going like out to fucking California or something and there's nobody
No.
out there to help you out or something.
No, I'll
So,
be surrounded by friends.
yeah. And
Yeah.
in some ways you might be a little bit closer to us. Actually, I think no matter what you would
Eh,
be closer to
Oh
us.
yeah, I will be closer no matter what.
Uh, oh, that would be so exciting.
It
There's like
would.
the gamer bar that I've guested at a couple of times might be close to like a halfway point between us, depending on
Ooh.
where you go, because it is a little bit out west for us, so it's a little bit of a drive,
Hmm.
but it's not awful.
I
Um,
want to say where I'm looking at is about 2-ish hours from you two, I think.
okay.
2-ish to 3, depending on traffic, I think.
Yeah, because I think it takes us about an hour to get over that way, but it might not be like a perfect hour for you. It might be like an hour and a half or something,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's gamer bar.
Gamer time. Gamer time at the gamer bar.
Ugh, I need more excuses to go out there. It's a lot of fun when we go. You haven't been at
Hmm.
all yet, have you?
No, I thought about it once, but where I currently am, it's such a drive.
Yeah, it is a big trip for you. I totally
Hmm.
understand.
I
Especially
do want
when
to go
it's
one of
only
these
just
days.
like a day event where you're not like, oh, I'll get a hotel room and I'll crash for the night and we'll have a good full weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could make that happen, but
Yeah, it'd probably end up being an expensive weekend.
yeah, definitely, especially in that area.
Ugh, yeah, it can be.
Hmm.
Um,
This reading is definitely the first two are definitely like I'm for sure of like into my heart. I know this is the right decision for me, and I know with the Mother of Swords, right? I can't read it.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that I know I have a good support system behind me to help me, and the last one definitely helps. Definitely is valid because you know me, my mind wanders. Oh no, oh there we go. My mind be
Yeah.
crazy and think all the bad stuff, but I know moving will be very good for me.
It's hard not to think of all the bad stuff. Moving is hard. How many
It
times have you moved
is
in your life? Like too many to
in my
count?
yeah, in my adult life. Hold on. One, two, three. In my adult life, 3 times. But
Okay.
as a kid, a bunch. I moved around a bunch as a kid.
Okay. So you
Hmm.
kind of almost have this like equilibrium of knowing the constant moving and stuff like that. It's not fun.
It's not. It's stressful. I like to be very controlling when it comes to moves. Like the last couple times I moved with roommates, I'm like, let me put the kit together, let me put everything away. I know where I want things to be. Just let me do everything, please. Thank you.
But then it's really hard to do it all on your own. It might not have been like the last couple of times, but it starts to get increasingly harder and harder to do on your own as you become like an adult for longer, so you have more things like your own
I
fucking
have
cups and plates and you don't have
furniture.
to buy them. Yes, exactly.
I have a washing machine and a dryer. I have a couch. I have a
Oh
table. I
my
have a
God,
bed. I
you
have a
own the
desk.
washing machine and dryer?
It is mine. I
Oh
purchased it with my own
God.
money.
I would hate to think about how to move with those.
I thought about it. It depends. If I find a place that has a washer and dryer already in it, like it's there, I might just leave the washer and dryer here because they're not the nicest, so it's okay. I got them off of like Facebook Marketplace for like $130 for both. They're not
Oh,
that great,
that's fine then. But
but
just
I
the
still have
thought
like
of like Oh, gotta move my washer and dryer now.
Those
That's
were
dreadful.
I have a funny story of that washer and dryer. So the day we got them, we brought them into the apartment I'm currently in, and me and my current roommate at the time, we both got our COVID booster shots that like the day before. So our arms were sore as shit,
Oh
and
my
we were
god.
both sick just because we had our own like personal head colds on top of that too.
Right.
So we're like, we did not have the energy to. We got the washer up fine, or the dryer fine. The washer was the heaviest thing. We could not get that up to save our lives. I had to coin in some of like my for other friends to be like, please, I'll buy you pizza if you get this damn washer up the stairs because we had to bring it upstairs.
Oh, that sounds so awful.
It was awful, and all I wanted, and then on top of that, when I finally got upstairs and was trying to install it, I'm too weak and I couldn't tighten up the water valve enough. So every time I turn it on, it sprayed me with water.
No.
So I had to get. Luckily, my uncle was going to be in town the next day, so he came over and he got it for me. I thought I broke it. And he's like, "No, you just weren't tightening it enough." And I'm like, "I'm weak. I'm weak as fuck. I can't do it on my own."
At least that's all the issue was. You can add
Oh
a
yeah.
little more elbow grease. You don't want to have to fucking fix it.
No, he went full dad mode and made sure my dryer was hooked up
Oh.
properly, got that hooked up properly. I was very appreciative because I could finally, because before that I was doing my laundry at laundromats, and those big laundromats just like ruin your clothes. So
Not just that, it feels like such a waste of time to like sit in a laundromat and like hang out and wait for your shit to be done, but it doesn't feel like you have
exactly.
enough time to like leave and come back.
I lucked down the laundromat I did used to go to was literally like 2 seconds from my house. Like I could just drive there in under a minute. So I could luckily go to my old apartment and wait. But they
That's
would
not
always
too
just
bad.
ruin my clothes. Yeah, like I come back and like I have a sock missing or like one of the hooks on my bras would be bent and it's like, all right,
Oh,
well the worst. But I was so happy to have my own washer and dryer. And that's like my one thing if I get a new place is that I need my own washer and dryer.
right.
I don't think I could do a sharing washer and dryer ever again.
Oh,
Ugh.
I do not like the laundry situation in our apartment. We have
No, you
like
tell me all about it. I'm like, I don't know how there's only one in your entire building. I would lose my mind.
yeah, we have like 12 units in here. One washer and one dryer for the whole building, and it's
And
coin
there's at least two
operated.
people, and at least two people per unit.
Oh my god, at least. There are like
Yeah.
entire families in some of these units. It's crazy. I am thoroughly convinced a lot of them don't do their laundry here. And
Yeah,
Minna
I
and
bet not.
I are cheapskates enough that we will lug our laundry all the way to our parents sometimes so we can do laundry that way because like coin shortages are still a thing and I need to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
coins for the washer and dryer. It's so archaic. I
It's
kind of
awful.
get it for a tiny apartment complex like ours, but there's a reason why all the laundromats have like swipe cards now.
Yeah, yeah. It's awful. I don't
Even
I
arcades do swipe cards now.
yeah. It's just so much easier to put it on. Like my college dorm had swipe cards.
My ID card that let me into the building at college, I could also use for my laundry and my printing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's not I don't think it's a hard system to implement.
Yeah, probably
Or
not.
they could just charge it to your room. I bet there's a way.
Yeah,
Like
they
charge it to your
probably could
bill.
find a way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, they would probably need to upgrade the washer and dryer or something. They're fucking ancient.
Oh yeah, I bet.
They're not that big either.
No, you would think they have like laundromat sized ones. So you can just do all your laundry in one go, don't have to worry about it.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um I'm not I'm not sure if this is the avenue that you might want to talk about.
Go for
But
it.
I am curious because you've brought it up a few times about your bar hopping in I don't know if I want to say the area. Are you comfortable with me saying it? Because it's not like we live there.
I don't live there. You're
Uh,
good.
okay. So in
I think for the most
Portland,
part, people know what state
because
I live
it's
in
like
for the
a
most
major
part.
city too,
Yeah.
where Portland's kind of the Boston of Maine.
Portland is the Boston of Maine. If y'all didn't know, I'm a Mainer. Born and
Uh,
bred.
but how did you like get into bar hopping and like finding out about speakeasies and stuff like that? Because I've always
Uh,
been curious.
so bar hopping, I've done it since my 21st birthday was bar hopping in the old port in Portland, Maine. And it was great. I loved it. I remember because when you're 21, you don't know what to order at a bar.
God
Like
no.
you don't
I
know what
took
to
my
get. So
parents' recommendations.
yeah, it's either I got what people recommended me or the first thing that popped into my mind. So every bar we went to that night, I got a lemonade and Tito's solely because I like Tito's as an alcohol.
Those are
I
good.
can put they are good. They're solid. They're solid drinks. So I'd get a lemonade and Tito's, Portland, Oregon.
Have you been to Rhode Island much?
Uh, I had a competition there for cheerleading in high school once,
No, but not
and then
since being able to drink.
no.
Because the Tito's lemonades that they do in Rhode Island are on some next shit. They
Ooh.
have this brand of lemonade that they like pride themselves on, and it's just like this powdered
Yeah, it's that
lemonade.
Mel's
Yes, I
lemonade or
have
something like
a
that.
fucking
Yeah.
bag of it in my pantry right now.
I love that lemonade. I've had it a couple times. It's good.
But
It's a solid lemonade.
they have lemonade stands like all over the place, at least during the summers. That's the only time I've
Hmm.
ever visited Rhode Island is during the summer. And these lemonade stands are everywhere, and sometimes they'll do like fish and chips and other stuff, or they'll just kind of be like dessert dairy bars or whatever, but it's always lemonade. You see this lemonade advertised everywhere, and they'll always
Yeah.
also offer Tito's lemonades. They don't offer much for alcohol, but it'll always be a Tito's lemonade, and it goes so hard.
It does. I only like Tito's and lemonade. I can't drink anything else. Lately, I've been doing tequila and lemonade. I've been switching to tequila lately. But,
Is there a
Tito's
reason?
is. Vodka makes me. I think because I've drank vodka so much, it makes me feel a little gross now. So I switched to tequila.
And
'Cause I
tequila
can.
doesn't make you feel gross?
No, fucking love tequila.
That's well, I guess Minna had a bunch of tequila one night while we were in Portland, and they were very fun to be around. It was a very fun experience, but it was the
I
most wasted I've ever seen Minna, and they had no hangover the next day. I don't know how they fucking did
Yeah,
it.
you don't really get a hangover. At least I haven't really gotten a hangover after drinking a lot of tequila.
I feel like
Mainly because
Minna's mom
lately
says
when
the
I
opposite.
I think really because lately when I've been drinking, I have a liquid IV that I chug.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, when I'm done drinking, I chug a liquid IV, especially if I'm home, and that helps.
Right. I don't drink very
Hmm.
often.
No, I'm not really. Once in a while. I've been drinking a lot more lately just because my friend that came to visit me this past couple weeks, he brought up a huge bottle of peach Moscato, like peach barefoot
Oh my
Moscato.
god.
So I'm trying to drink it just so I have Spruam in my fridge. I'm trying to get rid of it.
I love Moscato. That sounds so good.
I love their fruit Moscatos. There is a winery near my home. I'm not gonna say name of it because that will dox me. But there is a
Yeah.
winery near my home. They make fruit wines. Like they don't make your traditional grape wines. It's like they make apple wine, strawberry wine, raspberry wine, and they'll mix the
Ooh.
flavors. And it's so good. Next time I come down, I have to grab a bottle for you
I
and
was
Minna.
about to say, we would love to try that. As when Minna and I got engaged in Disney and we went to Belle's Castle, we both decided to get wines with our dinners, and I got the Riesling, which is also a sweet wine, but the
Hmm.
Moscato was so much better. So Moscato is definitely like Minna's wine of choice right now.
Moscato is so good.
It really is.
That's definitely my go-to wine. And Riesling. Moscato and Riesling are my go-tos. I visited my grandparents over the weekend, and they're very French, and they're like, "Oh, we need to drink a bottle of this Merlot or whatever with our spaghetti dinner." And I'm like, "I hate red wine." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "I think it tastes like a foot, but I'll try I'll try it." And I had like two sips, and I'm like, it still tastes like a foot. Thank you. But when I saw this thing on TikTok, so it's probably not true, but I saw this thing on TikTok that it's good to drink a glass of red wine before you go to bed.
I've heard that. I think if it's not true, it's just like an old wives' tale at this point.
Mm,
That's something that I've heard for a very long time now. Um,
yeah.
it's
So I'm like,
almost like
oh,
having a tablespoon of olive oil is supposed to be good for you. It might be something that holds like a little bit of truth, but might not be the most truthful
yeah.
for the regular American diet.
I've heard that olive oil is a natural laxative. So if you eat that
Yeah.
shit straight, you will be pooping.
It do that a little bit too, but having that extra olive oil is specifically for people who are in like Greece and those coastal countries and towns
Oh, because it's
where
probably like
their
nice,
diets are
fresh
mostly
olive oil.
pescatarian. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like olive oil is like copious, and they mostly have fish. They don't have red meats and stuff like that, so they don't get all of the natural fat from red meat like our American diets feed us constantly. So if you're trying to be
Yeah.
like, ooh, the people in France told me to have olive oil every day that I was here and I felt so great, and I'm gonna do it here in America now, and it's like, no, Bessie, you really shouldn't, now that you're back
Nope.
here.
The food in the US is drastically different than the rest of the world. Their
Oh,
stuff is so processed. It's awful.
yeah. And
Ugh.
I think about it sometimes and it's like, oh, we should move out of the country and we'll have better food. It'll be better on our bodies. But like, could you imagine the like withdrawals you must go through
Oh,
experiencing missing American food?
we'll have so many withdrawals just from like all the processed stuff, like sugar,
Yeah.
all the processed sugars and fats, and yeah, our body might thank us, but our freaking mentality might be like, I need all that fake stuff, please.
Where's my McDonald's?
Where's my McDonald's with all
You
the
go to the
saturated fats?
you go to the McDonald's and it is not like American McDonald's at all.
Nope. They're like, oh, we have fresh ingredients. I'm like, I want my processed food now. Give me that
Kremlin
processed
crawling.
shit.
I'm imagining that SpongeBob like no name character who crawls through the Krusty Krab on the floor, and he's like,
My
Krabby
leg.
Patty.
Krabby Patties. That's every American that doesn't get their McDonald's intake.
Uh,
But back to speakeasies and bars.
yes,
We
sorry, I got
derailed.
you so off topic.
No, you're good. So yeah, my 21st birthday, is when I really started getting into bar hopping. I went all over the old port and it was great. The speakeasy, I like speakeasy because it's just kind of fun. It's fun. Like when I first went to the speakeasy, it's called fuck, what is it called? Frank. It's one of the president's Lincoln's. Everything's $5. Lincoln's on the $5, right? It's called Lincoln's
I
because
haven't had a
everything is
$5 bill in forever.
Yeah, no, yeah, Lincoln. It's called Lincoln's because everything is $5. Like everything, the drinks, the food, everything is $5.
Huh.
And
That's
it's
a
cash
cute
only, but
concept.
it is a cute concept. But I just remember having so much fun trying to figure out how to get in there. So now I find this joy of bringing my friends who have never been there and like letting them just like, all right, figure out how to get in there. And it's so fun. I just like
monkeys.
dance monkeys, figure it out. So I like so it's just fun. Like speakeasies are so fun. It's kind of like I know a secret and you don't. It's kind of like it has that kind of feeling. Like I know where this special little place is.
Yeah, I just don't know how you
Mhm.
even like start getting into that stuff. I
I
guess it's
don't
just
know
from
how
word of
my
mouth, I guess.
yeah, it's just word of mouth. My friend found out somehow, and so they brought me to it, and then I just kind of been telling all my friends about it. Because I don't, I think I want to say they have a Facebook page and all that, but I don't think they really disclose where they are.
Yeah, they're probably a little cryptic about it, but they might have it to like drum up the hype to get people to look for it.
Hmm.
That's so
But yeah,
cute.
yeah, I'm excited. Actually, me, Holly, and Maya are actually gonna be going down that way at some point, and I told them I'll bring them to that bar. Tell me you two can
Yeah,
figure out how to get in there. It'd be so much
that would be so
fun.
much fun. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. I just like bar hopping is kind of just I like the vibe of going to one place, getting like whatever their drinks are, like one of their signature drinks, and then just going to the next place. It's like it's kind of like a little adventure because then if you go to a bar, you're like, oh no, they're so busy. Where do we go next? And it's like trying to figure out the lay of the area. I'm like, all right, where should we go to
Right.
next? It's kind of just like a fun little adventure. And then you finally settle into one bar for the entire night, and you're kind of just like, oh, this is great. Like the city I'm in now is a really good downtown area. So I always like, especially before COVID, when I was like in college and stuff, we would go to multiple bars in the weekends and it'd be so much fun. I just love the bar vibe. I'd rather go to a bar than to like a club or something.
That's fair. I could see
Mhm.
that. I've just, I guess, never felt safe enough to do bar hopping.
That's very valid. I am lucky enough that where I live is relatively safe. So I don't have to worry about that stuff too often. But yeah, if you find like a good safe area and you feel safe at the game, I wouldn't go bar hopping by yourself. Go with a buddy, go with a few buddies.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot of fun, and I always recommend at least trying it once if you feel comfortable enough to do so.
Yeah.
And always make sure you have a DD and or you're doing the Uber.
Yeah. I'm
That's the
usually
big
the
thing.
designated driver. I don't drink too much, even when I'm out being social and drinking with everyone. And even then, like, I feel like it processes through me so quickly over the course of an hour that I can just go, yeah, let's hang out for a second, and then we're like good to drive.
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
But it's also probably because I get baby drinks. I get fun, silly baby mixed drinks that don't have that much alcohol to begin
Oh yeah, I'm like, give me the fruitiest thing you got. I'll
with.
take it. I don't really drink beer. I think beer is kind of nasty. I have one friend, they're very much into like craft beers. And every time I go visit him, he's like, oh, do you want to try this? And I'm like, what's it made out of? He's like, oh, it's an IPA. I'm like, that's gross. It's like, oh, they're like, oh, try this one. It's a stout. And I'm like, that's gross. I only like, for beers, I really only like pale ales, like
Mm,
Belgian whites, like the really pale ones. Or I like sours are okay to any of those who know what I'm talking about with these certain kind of beers. Or my go-to is usually hard ciders. That's what I normally go for.
I think I had a Bud Light Lime at one point. I was like, okay, this
Those
isn't bad.
those are okay if they're ice cold. I will
Huh.
drink one of those if they're ice cold.
I can't remember
I
if
don't
it
mind a
was
Bud Light
cold.
Lime. Alcohol. Yeah,
I
I just
think,
it's
go on.
oh go ahead. I was gonna say, like, yeah, I cannot drink Bud Light of any sort. I can't drink normal Bud Light. If it's a Bud Light Lime, it has to be ice cold for me to drink it.
I think when I had mine, it was at an office party and I had explained to them that I wasn't into beer, but that was mostly what they bought for these little office parties. And I had
Mm.
just turned 21 too, because they were like waiting for me to turn 21 because they couldn't offer drinks to me for like maybe the first two parties, but then they could start doing it. So they gave me the baby drink of beers and I was like, okay, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, I wish I like beers because there's so many like craft breweries where I live, and I'm like, I want
Right?
to try. I wish I liked them because I like the vibe of going to a brewery, drinking like a nice stout, and eating some good food. But
I
I
don't
just
know if
fucking
this is
hate
just the
beer.
whole US, but it's definitely a very New England thing for all of these craft breweries. I feel like they're
Yeah,
everywhere.
New England has a lot. At least I know my state. I think it's has the most craft breweries per capita. Like I'm not even
That's
messing with you. I really,
nuts.
that's like it. I think that's true. They
Because my
really have so
dad's
many.
super into it, and he'll always be like picking up a new craft beer, and because they'll like
Hmm.
import them from around New England to the alcohol stores in New Hampshire specifically. The liquor stuff that happens in New Hampshire is absolutely wild to me. Where it's the live free or die, you can pretty much buy alcohol whenever you goddamn please, but nearly all of it is in the state controlled liquor stores. They do
Yep.
not have mom and pop liquor stores. In grocery stores, they're allowed to have wine and beer, and that's it.
Yeah,
Um,
see, in Maine, you can. I remember one of my friends that was from New Hampshire. They went to like a Maine, normal like Maine grocery store once, and they're just like vodka, whiskey in the same aisle as the beer, and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "You need whiskey." It's like, listen, sometimes people don't have time to go to the liquor store. You're gonna come here, grab your whiskey.
well, I mean, the liquor stores are everywhere, and they'll even be in like
Hmm.
grocery store parking lots in New Hampshire. But
Yeah.
because they're all controlled by the state, by this like essentially one big chain, their website takes like perfect stock of everything that's in the stores. So if you're looking for like a sought after fancy trendy wine that like blew up on TikTok or something, you can look it
Hmm.
up online and reserve your wine bottle ahead of time. And I think that's the coolest fucking thing.
What?
More states need to do it. It's insane.
What?
You can do a pickup order.
Damn. Yeah, like I'm gonna go pick up my order of liquor right now that I reserved for this date. I'll be right back.
I'm not sure
That
how
is
the
crazy.
reservation system still works. For a while you just had to call, so I don't know if it's like fully digital now, but it is just like wild that I can know everything that's in one of the stores because there was this one like glittery sparkly wine that I was looking for, but there were only like 2 stores in the entire state that had them, but I knew where to fucking go. I wasn't wasting my
That is
time.
so funny. That's so funny. I wonder if my local liquor store does something like that because they're huge. They're in an old Kmart, so I wonder if they have that.
That's so funny. That's a huge liquor store if it's in
It's
an
not
old
the
Kmart.
it's not the entire
Oh,
Kmart, but it's a
okay.
section. They took a section of the Kmart. That would be crazy if that was the
That would be
entire Kmart.
huge.
No,
It'd be
it's
like
like,
the like Disney World of Maine.
oh my god. Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna do in the state? we got Funtown Splashdown. That's our Disney World. Is Funtown Splashdown. I don't know if you've ever been to there, but it's fun. I like
I think
Funtown.
Minna brought me to Funtown last year, but we didn't go to Splash Town. It was just Funtown.
Honestly, Splashdown's a little overrated. I'ma say it.
It
All
was just
Magus and
like a
Chan are gonna
rainy,
fight me now, but it
overcast
is.
day.
Yeah, and honestly, it's too packed. I like Funtown at night with like the last 2 hours of the park being open
Mm.
because then all the kids are gone and it's just like the older people and it's so much fun.
You know,
And
I
they
might
have
have gone
21
during that
plus nights
time.
here and there.
Ooh.
We should
I
oh,
think
we should try to go to
Canopy
21
Lake
plus
Park
night.
does that too every once in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been to Canopy Lake in forever.
It's been
Are we
like
going to Can? Are
maybe
we
a
going to
year.
Canopy this summer? We
Sure.
should.
Minna and I used to
Oh,
have
hell yeah.
season passes to
Oh
Canopy.
shit, really?
Yeah, because it
Oh.
was like towards the tail end of like lockdown of everything, so they were
Hmm.
finally able to reopen, and it was like something that we could do outdoors and was nearby, so we didn't have to like mask up the whole time sort of thing.
That's
So
true.
it felt a little normal. So we were like, we're gonna spend our whole fucking summer here. Let's get a season pass.
There you go.
We got like the special one that didn't have any blackout dates too, so we could go to Screamfest.
Hell yeah. Or like, I know Storyland is doing a 21 plus thing lately, and I want to do
What?
that too. Yeah. Storyland. I want to go drink of Humpty Dumpty.
No, that doesn't sound like a good time.
I mean, they closed the park. It's up from like, I think it's open from like 7 p.m. to like midnight.
Oh my god.
It's just 21 plus. Yo, that'd be so fun. Go get drunk with the lady in the shoe. Hell yeah.
Your version of fun baffles me sometimes.
What do you mean? That sounds like a great time.
It doesn't sound like fun.
Getting shit-faced at your childhood park? That sounds great.
It's gonna be like all crusty and dingy, and the rose-colored glasses are gonna come off.
It's okay. Listen, yeah, maybe at first when I walk in sober, I'm like, oh, this place is dingy. As soon as I get a couple like martinis in me or margaritas, oh, it's gonna look like as if I was a kid again.
Oh god.
It'd be great.
I hate to imagine that. Oh my god.
Just imagine going out to your favorite childhood places, like drunk off your ass.
That would be something, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Storyland a couple of times when I was really, really young, so I don't remember it that much.
There's one picture of me when I must have been 4 or 5 in this picture. And I was crying next to Cinderella because she didn't have blonde hair. She was a brunette. And I was really upset. Like, this isn't really Cinderella. She's not blonde.
You're not the real one.
It was so funny. My mom's like, you were so pissed off that she wasn't blonde.
You're the reason why the casting is so strict at Disney.
Yep. I want to see what I expect to see. I want my blonde Cinderella.
Yeah.
I tell myself if I ever go to Disney again, I really want to meet Gaston.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just really want to meet him.
I don't think we ran into him when we went last March, but we did go to one of his restaurants so we could get the giant cinnamon bun that his restaurant makes. It was pretty good, but it was more sweet than we expected somehow. We couldn't finish it between the two of us.
Oh yeah, I bet. It's just loaded in sugar.
Yeah, and it's huge.
There's like a list. I was like, I want to meet Gaston. I want to meet. Oh well, the Star Wars stuff is really only in Disneyland, isn't it? I know they have like that one of this. Okay.
I think they have some stuff in Disney World because I remember Minna being, I think, pretty upset on a vacation that I didn't go with them. It was pretty early into our relationship, so they already had like the vacation plan with their parents and a friend and stuff. And I think they went to the Star Wars section and they were really upset that they didn't get to customize a lightsaber.
Oh, yep. I was thinking, because I know only select characters are at certain parks, because I don't think the Mandalorian and Grogu are at Disney World. I think they're only at Disneyland. And those are the other two I really want to meet.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised. I want to go to Disneyland so bad now that they have built a portion of the park to look like San Francisco from Big Hero 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean,
I'm sad that it's not in Florida. I don't know
TwitchCon's
if I
in San
can
Diego. We
swing
can take a trip up.
TwitchCon this year.
I don't know either, buddy. I would like to go, but it's a big maybe.
Yeah. I would love to make it happen, but just like thinking about things, it's like there's no way I can make that happen. Can I?
No. Too many other things I want to do this year as well. So I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
We'll see.
Minna and I are just spending so much to make the wedding happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, we might get to a point where we find that we are getting ahead of our payment so much that we can take a bit of a break and do something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not a cheap one. It
No,
is within
weddings are
budget.
expensive.
It's within budget. We can make it happen. And I think
Mm-hmm.
we have some family who want to help.
That's
But
good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Weddings are expensive.
We're so excited to have you be part of the wedding.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna cry like a big baby that day.
Oh, I will too. I think the whole bridal parties will be, for the most
We're
part.
all gonna be holding each other's hands and crying the entire time. Like, those are our best friends. They're up there. Get male weed. I did. I cried at every single one of my friends' weddings. So I will definitely cry at yours.
Trying to think of who in the bridal parties might not cry. Which I could potentially see my sister not crying.
Yeah.
She's not a super emotional person, at least not like in the moment. That's emotions are for like closed doors a lot of the time. But
I'm
maybe
such a
she'll surprise
sympathy
me.
crier. Yeah, I'm such a sympathy crier. So as soon as I see like one of you crying, I'm gonna start crying. Like, I think at my sister's wedding, she started crying so that I started crying. And I'm like, oh no, look what you've done.
And I think that's why we're all gonna start crying, because I think a lot of us are sympathy criers.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I hear Boba scratching at my door. Let me go let the vermin in.
Boba says he's ready for his close-up. He would like to be interviewed now.
You ready for your interview, baby boy? Come here. Come here. I pick you up. Thanks. I have acquired a cat.
Oh, we
Boba,
love
what do you
cat.
think about weddings? Are you going to cry at their wedding?
We would love to bring our
says yes.
cats so much. Because you know
Yeah.
those dress photos that Jenna Marbles took with her puppies?
Yeah.
I want a moment like that. I want this big, beautiful moment of me getting ready with my cat and have them like in the train or something. But I don't think we can make it happen
so
with
sweet.
this venue.
No. Are they pretty strict on no pets?
Well, they don't. They are like an independent venue that doesn't have like on-site like housing to like stay a night or two there. So we're
Is
gonna
that
have
the
to
one you sent me pictures of? Oh god, I made myself bigger. That's not what I meant to do.
probably. I think it's one of the only ones I've sent pictures of. Did I send them over Discord?
Yes, it was the one with the little hair salon in it.
Yes, that is the one.
Gotcha, okay.
They think that they might offer like couples in their bridal party to stay in there eventually, but they were estimating like they didn't see doing something like that until 2027.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
definitely won't be ready in time for us.
Yeah.
And I guess we
But at
could
least we
take
still...
the cats to our hotel room and we'll like partially get ready in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
But Cricket doesn't like car rides.
No. I mean, you could always, after the wedding, get back into your dresses and find a cute place to do pictures with them.
Maybe. I love them so much.
They're your babies.
Yeah, and we got Cricket shortly after Minna and I moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
So she is like the couple baby. She's our baby.
Yep. Cricket, little baby.
She's got terminal baby syndrome.
Don't they all? We baby them too much.
Jack is a little prince and he thinks the world owes him something, which I guess it does if he believes it as hard as he fucking does, but...
It's Jack's world, and we're just living in it.
Yep.
This is his world. He doesn't care. It's his way or no way. That's what Boba thinks. Huh, Bubby?
How's he
Like,
been lately?
he's been good. His meds are doing great. He's taking his meds fine. I'm a little worried if I do move, how that might affect him. But I think I might try to get some like pills. I'll kind of just chill him out on the day
Yeah.
of the move, so he doesn't get too stressed out.
I don't
But
know
he,
what you give him regularly, but I know vets will often prescribe gabapentin for things like long car rides or needing to clip their
hmm
claws and stuff like that. That
yeah.
chills them out and almost like makes them a little drowsy too a lot of the time.
Yeah, I was either thinking asking them or I was gonna get. I know there's some like cat CBD stuff you can give them that also like
Cats
chill them
don't
out
like that
too.
stuff.
No?
No, I haven't been able to have them take anything because I was hoping that I could do something like that because Jack has gotten
Mm.
too savvy about gabapentin pills because he'll almost like feel the drowsiness come on and he doesn't like it, so he fights it, so he stays conscious the whole time and it fucking sucks.
What a little pain in the butt.
But he likes car rides, so I wouldn't need it for
Yeah.
that.
You know, Boba's pretty good for car rides. I'm just worried. He gets, after a little while, he gets annoyed and he starts crying a little. But I'm
Yeah,
trying to harness train him more, so I'm hoping, like, I could just have him on his harness. Maybe he could just sit on my lap. That might keep him calm.
maybe, yeah.
But we'll see. It's so, because the most he's ever had to travel is when we first got him, that was like an hour and a half car ride, but he was like a baby.
Right.
But then when we moved the second time, it was like not even a 10-minute car ride. And when he does go in the car, our vet is like less than 5 minutes from our house. Like it's just down the road from my house, so he's like not
Wow.
really in the car for too long.
That makes things pretty easy.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a trooper. I think he'll be okay for the most part. I'm just gonna see if I can give something just to make him sleep for the potential 5-hour car ride.
Right. Yeah, that'll be a
Mhm.
little a lot on his little brain.
Yeah, his brain is don't work so great. He's on
He's
meds for
doing his
that broken brain.
best.
He's
He's doing
doing
his
his
best.
best. He's a little broken, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Freaking Minna one day said he sometimes he go burr, and I'm like, Minna, you can't say that.
Oh my god, I
I mean,
remember
they're
that.
right. They're right, but I'm like, Minna, you can't
I
say
think you
that.
guys were on a call together and they were like in the other
Mhm.
room and I just hear you two cackling. I was like, what the fuck?
I was so stunned.
I can't blame you.
Like, I never imagined Minna saying something so offhand like that. I'm like, ouch. You're lucky I can take a joke. Ouch, my poor cat.
Oh.
He does go purr sometimes. It's okay. Bubba, your brain broken. That's why you're on medicine. It's just a little broken. It's okay. Uh,
I was thinking about wanting to like turn the cats into mascots for the channel somehow, but
mm,
it's hard to think up stuff like that to like keep their
yeah.
likeness intact enough but to also fit this very fantasy aesthetic that we have built for our VTubers.
Yeah, I mean, Boba is kind of like my little Hiddle little black bongo cat I have is
Yeah.
based off of Boba. I kind of based off his energy off of Boba's energy. It's kind of just I want to do more with him. I had him as a frick, what is it called? Like a
Like a
text to
TTS.
speech
Yeah.
TTS for a minute, but it broke. I have to find a better program. And like so I had that for a while. It kind of just hangs out. I want to like have it do more for the channel. I'm just not really sure what to do with it, you know?
Yeah. When you were doing that, did you use I think VTS Pog is the name of one of those programs?
I use Pangaea, and it's
Okay.
just, yeah, Waifu Laboratory showed me that, and it worked for a little bit. The interface for the system is really weird. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't quite like it, so I'm gonna have to find a different one to use because
I
I like people just made him say random ass things. And the voice I had
yeah.
for it was Sandy Cheeks, which I just
Oh
thought
my god,
sounded
that's
so
right.
funny. It
Um,
sounded
I think Pog and Bikubot are what most people use these days.
okay. I'm gonna have to look at those. Because the other one, it's like if I press one wrong button, it just turns all my settings off, and I would have to go and try to reset it again. And it was just so
Oh,
annoying. Yeah, I don't know what was up with it. So I'm gonna have to try that then. Said
that's
Pog or Biku bot?
yeah. So there's the VTube Studio Pog. It's like a plugin that you can buy for VTube Studio that will
Okay.
do the text to speech stuff, and it's also got like a level of AI to it where you can train it to have certain responses if you allow people to ask it questions, sort of thing. Um,
Okay.
I've heard mixed reviews of that because it'll also learn from chat, and if chat gets a little wild, they can almost like break the intelligence of your little guy, and then
Oh
he
no.
doesn't act how you would like him to.
Oh no. Knowing certain people that are in my chat, they would break it.
Snowy Narum.
Not pointing out anyone specific, Snowy, but um some people would break them. But that's definitely something I have. Oh, hi, Snowy, you're still here.
And
I
then
mean, no.
go on.
I was gonna say, well, no, my chat is so perfect, they would never do anything like that.
Never.
Never. They're little angels. See, I'm little angels, and they're my little angels. They'd never do that.
Never.
Never.
But Miss Jackie, who kind of like coined these TTS bots, the chat cat that blew up on TikTok, she
Mm.
uses BikuBot.
Yiku bot.
So it's spelled like Miku but with a B. And I know that one's also pay to use. And
Okay.
some of the tutorials that I was looking at just kind of went over my head. So I didn't decide going that route. I have used like weird mixtures of plugins, but those plugins don't work on my version of OBS anymore, and it doesn't seem like the dev who did do it plans on refreshing that particular aspect of it. They've kind of been they started with some really basic elements, started adding some more features to feel out what people liked, and has started like turning back certain things where he's like found his focus on what they want the plugin to do. And
Mm.
that is not one of the things. So I
No.
could just like choose an audio source that mine would react with, and it was completely free. But
Nice. I did look up the VTS Pog, so I think I might try that, honestly.
yeah, and that one can do PNG form and all sorts of other things, but you can also do like a fully rigged model for it.
Oh, dope. That's good to know.
Yeah. So I've been a little interested in like honing in good mascot design so I can send that over to this one artist that I really have my eyes on, who does really
Mm.
cute mascot work for VTube Studio. And
Yeah. I
but the
think one
commissions
day.
haven't been open in a long time.
Oh no. I think one day I might want to gear away towards the bongo cat just because I want my own thing.
Right.
But I can't let go of the bongo cat yet. I was that bongo cat for so long.
Yeah.
And that was my first little
Origin.
that was my origin. So I can't let go of it yet. But one day, yeah, I want to get Hiddles all completely fully animated and stuff like that.
That'll be so cute. And
Hiddles
I
really
love
much
that.
gives Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I was say I'm trying to give Hiddles like Kiki vibes. Not Kiki, Gigi
Oh,
vibes.
yeah.
Yeah. Like kind of stuck up, but means well.
I love that. Did you
hmm
watch Kiki's Delivery Service on like VHS?
No, I can't. Honestly, I want to say it was Minna who showed me it the first time. I don't remember how we watched it, but I want to say I
Mm,
watched it with them for the first time.
okay.
Probably on Crunchyroll or something like that.
I don't think Crunchyroll has ever had them. I know
I don't watch it on
HBO has
something.
Studio Ghibli now.
Maybe that's how. I don't remember how I watched it. I just know I think I watched it with them for my first time, and I did
Could
like it.
have
I need
been
to watch it
pirated.
again. I don't know what that is.
No. I don't know how
No,
to
I've
do
I've
that.
never done that.
But I ask because the original version of Kiki's Delivery Service, almost all of Gigi's lines were ad-libbed, and
Yeah, I think I saw a
Disney
TikTok
didn't
about
have
that.
approval for that, so they got in a lot of trouble for it.
Oh no.
But I
Disney.
love those ad-libbed lines. They're like my entire childhood. I know like every line of that movie. And when I got a remastered version of that DVD, I cried because Gigi didn't
Oh,
say his line.
oh no.
So I
That's
have like a
awful.
really old DVD, and I think I might have ripped it onto a computer. It might have been on a laptop that I don't even have anymore. So I might want to try to do that again, or it's about to be fucking lost media, dude.
Lost media. Yeah, that's funny how they had to re-record all that.
They didn't have to
Hey.
re-record anything. They just cut his lines. Gigi wasn't supposed to have like more than 3 lines or something like that. He doesn't talk much, but in the
Oh,
original,
really?
his actor gave him a lot of really fun lines that added a lot of fun personality. He was like very sarcastic and fun.
Yeah, I just remember him being very sarcastic and like not rude, but just kind of like a little mean to Gigi, and it was kind of funny.
Yeah. No, I loved his sass. I think that's
hmm
probably why I was so proficient at sarcasm at such a young age.
You were taught well.
Yeah, from the best cat around.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I would love to have my own little guy during the stream to kind of just fuck with shit.
Yeah,
hmm
I miss that a little bit, so
Yeah, I do
that's a
eventually
goal
want
for
to
the year.
get. Yeah, I eventually want to get a cat cam and have like Boba pop up once in a while, but he doesn't stay still.
That's
I
my
would have to like,
problem.
yeah, I would have to like only implement it when I notice that he's not moving from a certain spot, and then I'll point the camera that way.
Yeah, but then
Like
you
there he
start pointing
is.
the camera at him and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" and then fucking moves.
Thanks. That butthead would do something like that. Like right now, he's just on my bed. He'll probably be there for the rest of the evening, but he's a bum.
I don't have any cats hanging out right now, I don't think. They were a little bit earlier.
No, I do want to get Boba a sibling. Oh, I want to. I'm looking for Maine Coon kittens, but I don't want to go through a
Right.
breeder. So I'm part of so many like animal rescue Facebook pages on Facebook, and I'm just hoping that some Maine Coon kittens pop up and I'll snatch those up. Just
That
one. I just want one.
yeah, they're so cute.
They're so cute. I just want a big fluffy kitty.
Did I tell you that I almost adopted a Maine Coon instead of Jack?
I think you did. I think you were telling me that.
I went to this one shelter because I saw this gorgeous Maine Coon named Pretty Boy on their website and I wanted to meet him so bad. But by the time I
Mm-hmm.
got there, he was already adopted, so I just decided to hang out with the other cats anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Then I met Jack and the rest is history. I do
You
have a
met your
long story for
guy.
that, but this isn't a podcast about me.
And then you met your guy. I mean, how I got Boba is my previous roommate. Her friend's cat had kittens. And this was like
Oh.
peak COVID. Like it was like in 2020. Like it was peak COVID. Or no, 2021 is when we got him. When did I get you, Boba? He doesn't know. But it was no, it was last summer. It was it was 2020, summer of 2020. We were getting him. And I remember we drove all the way down. It was like an hour and a half from where we live. And we got down there and literally we were still weird, like, oh, do we wear masks? What do we do to grab, because we're just going to some random person's house to get these kittens. So we didn't know what to do. So we're wearing our masks and I knock on the door and this older couple opens the door because I think it was her friend's parents.
Oh yeah.
And the person who we were talking to wasn't there. I think they were working or something. So we go in the door. They're like, "Oh, you're the one for the little black kitten." We're like, "Yeah, that one." And so like Caleb and Greta, my roommate, went to go get the carrier for Boba. And they come back and they literally just throw him in my hands. And they're like, "Here you go. See you later." I'm like,
Oh.
it's like they just chucked him into my hands, and I'm like, "This is my baby. This is my son."
Just
And then we left, and then
an itty bitty boba ball at that
he
point.
was itty bitty. He was. I think he was the runt of the litter. I think that's what they told us. He was
Oh.
tiny. He was a tiny guy. So I was just holding him. We put him in a carrier, and he was crying the entire time on the way back. For like an hour and a half, he was crying.
Oh,
And we
poor
felt
baby.
so bad for him.
He
Uh,
was too widow, he
he's,
didn't understand.
and I think we were lied to because they said he was like weaned off his mom completely, but we don't think he was weaned off his mom
Mm.
completely. He's still like, you know how like kittens do like the suckling? He was like suckling pillows and stuff. I don't think he was completely weaned
Yeah.
off.
Jack
Or
did that a
maybe,
little
yeah.
bit when I first got him on like certain blankets.
Yeah, he likes like the microfiber blankets. That's what he would do it
Yeah.
on. So I have one like body pillow that was like, it got really crusty because he
Oh
kept suckling it.
no.
And I'm like, all right, this is Boba's pillow. It's crusty.
Ew.
He's gross. He's nasty. And honestly, he was an awful kitten. Like an awful, awful kitten. He made me. There was one day I was already having a bad day to begin with, like mentally, and I like took a shower because that make me feel better. And then Boba I don't think he was even a year yet, and he was attacking my ankles as kittens do, as he still does at his prime age of almost 4 years old. He still attacks my ankles. But anyway, I was just in a bad mood, and then he wouldn't stop attacking me, and he cut right on the bottom of my foot so badly, like it started bleeding. I just sat there and cried on the floor in a towel, nothing else. And he was so confused. He's like, "Why are you crying?"
He was learning how to play still. He probably didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was so mad. I just sat down and started crying.
That's kind of how you have to teach kittens, though, when they don't have their litter mates to like tell them when they've gone too far. You kind of have to like over exaggerate like how much pain that you're in and like cry about it.
Oh, I wasn't
and then
over
they learn.
exaggerating.
I understand, but reactions like those are the only way they understand.
Yeah. We thought like because we were trying to do like, oh, if we say "ow" really loudly, that might help. He didn't care. Still doesn't care. I was like, "Ow," and he's like, "Oh, bite harder." Got it. No, I almost didn't want to get another cat like after him. I was like, he's the worst kitten ever. But I think it's because he just didn't have a playmate.
Yeah.
It was just him. So I'm hoping the next time I get a cat, if it's a kitten, it'll be better because Bobo will play with him.
Yeah. Jack was an
Yeah.
absolute menace when he was the only cat. I'm so glad we have two of them now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really think it'll benefit Boba if I get another cat. He just needs somebody to play with him. He just likes to play all the time, and there's days where I'm just like, I do not have the energy to play with you.
You were probably
Like, I'll
working
try.
from home at that point, so you were like stuck with him all the time, being a little menace.
No, I never worked from home during COVID. I always had a
Really?
job where I had to be in, yeah. Because I worked at Five Guys for a small portion of
Right.
COVID. During COVID, which I don't know why we didn't close. We never closed. Five
Oh
Guys is
my
not essential. We
god.
didn't have to be open. And then I started working for one of my local news stations, so like I had to be in there. You can't
Yeah.
just not have the news. So yeah, I never worked from home. I never like didn't work or anything during
Oh,
COVID. I was always working,
I was
which
working
like I
from
guess was
home
a
and
good
that
thing. But you know,
I just barely got my current job right before COVID locked everyone down. And God, dealing with Jack like 24/7. And he's like, I'm bored, come play with me. And wow, just absolute crying his little face off. He loves to look at walls and just like let out the biggest meows. And I think it's because he likes hearing his voice
own
bounce
voice.
off of the wall.
What a funny guy.
He did that all the time while I was working from home. And he's started doing it a little bit again, but like, thank God for Cricket. He's so much more manageable now.
Oh, I bet he's like, is he the tame one now, or is Cricket kind of the tame one?
Um, they were both kind of crazy at first. Then Jack tamed down quite a bit, and now
Mhm.
he's getting a little crazy again. He's driving me nuts.
It's
And
probably
Cricket
the
has decided to start going a little tame.
oh Cricket.
Cricket
Good.
doesn't
At least I
even
have
like
one
being
kind of.
picked up as much as she used to, and it's kind of
Oh,
sad.
oh. Maybe it's just winter because you're always home.
Maybe.
She's like, y'all need to leave. I need my space.
Jack's the opposite. He's like, ooh, it's winter, it's cuddle time. But when it's summer, he does not like to cuddle. I
It's
think he
probably too
really
hot for
likes
him.
the cold.
Yeah. Boba's gone to this bad habit of because it gets cold in my room because I have like two big windows in my room, so it gets really drafty. So
Mm.
Boba would like to like go under my blankets and cuddle with me, but now he's getting to the habit of biting my arm when he's
Oh
under the
no.
covers with me, to the point where there are bruises on my arm from him biting me.
Little turd.
There's two perfectly round little bruises, just far enough you could tell there were teeth marks.
Oh
That's where he bit
no.
me. I didn't think it like hurt at first, or like whatever. Then the other day I was looking at my arm, there's just bruises all over my arm. I'm like, that little bitch. Little asshole. Does not care. He's sleeping peacefully on my bed right now. He has no regrets. And he did it again today. I was gone for a few days, and I'm like, oh, Boba, we can cuddle, take a nap. And so he's tried to go cuddle with me, and then he fucking bit my arm. Like, this is a habit we need to break real quick, sir. we're not having this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just like when he's all cute and cuddly, and then he bites me. It's like, what did I do to deserve this?
Jack will have his little cuddle moments and he'll be sweet. But if you like even just like slightly shift your body in a way that he deems unacceptable, he will jump down like immediately. He's such a little brat. He's like, "No, you didn't do it right."
You moved half an inch to the left. This is not okay now.
Not even a full half inch. God, he's so sensitive.
With a little butthole.
But then Cricket, on the other hand, I'll like accidentally kick her over and over again because she likes to sleep like at my feet. And I won't kick her that hard.
Yeah.
I'll nudge her and go, oops,
No.
sorry, and like take my foot away, but I'm unconscious. I'm sleeping. So
Yeah.
I do that over like 5 times and I wake up like tired because I was like constantly taking my feet away from her, afraid that I was gonna kick her.
Oh, there's been times because Boba is all black. My comforter is all black. My whole bed is just black. It's all black everything. So there's been times where I roll over completely on top of him, and I go, oh,
Oh
"Sorry, buddy,
my god.
didn't see you there."
That happened the first few nights that we had cricket. She loved cuddling right in between Minna and I, and she still does
hmm
sometimes. But she's a brand new cat, and we're not used to a cat wanting to be sandwiched in between. If Jack cuddles, he cuddles on the edge. He does not want to
Yeah.
be in the middle. So there were nights that we had to like almost push each other off of Cricket because we were unconsciously rolling over on top of her and she wouldn't react. She would just stay there.
Take it. You just take it. Like this is my life now.
Ugh, we were so afraid we were gonna hurt her and she still does it.
She doesn't mind. Like this is how I end. This is it. I accept my death. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, I have a body pillow now that I put at the head of my bed, and that's where Boba lays usually.
Oh, I
So
used to
I'll
have
wake up in
something
the
like
morning.
that.
Yeah, that's where he normally lays. But it's been kind of cold where I am, and it's right in front of the window, so he hasn't been laying there lately just because it's been so cold. My room has such a draft, but my there's only one thermostat in my entire apartment, and I live in like in a townhouse, so there's 2 floors. So you'd think there'd be one for upstairs, one for downstairs, but there isn't. So like my room is the coldest. My roommate's room gets extremely hot because it's just a tiny room.
Right.
So it's like I turn up the heat, but I don't want to sweat out my roommates. So I try to
Yeah.
leave it at least like at 72. So I
72
can at
is
least
my
be
ideal room temperature, if you ask me.
yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine if my room didn't have such a draft. And I don't want to put
Right.
like I thought about putting like that cling wrap you put on your windows in the winter, but I know Boba
Yeah.
would just scratch that all up, so there's no point. So
You
I'm just
know, I've
I
never
just
tried
endure.
that since getting the cats.
Yeah, you could. I don't know. Boba's a menace. I can't even put things like on a shelf. He'll knock it over. He's the textbook definition of a cat. He knocks everything over.
Are they
He'll,
the
he'll
kind
look
of
me.
windows that like slide up and down?
They are, yes.
I wonder if they have, you know, those infomercials where there was like this foam thing that you could slide onto the bottom of a door so you wouldn't get a draft through your little
Hmm.
door gap at the bottom. I wonder if they've made something like that but for windows.
Maybe I never thought about that. I have to look it up because that would be nice. It just gets so drafty in here.
I don't know if that would solve the problem because
I don't know.
it can draft from the top, the bottom, and the center where it all locks.
Yeah, I don't know where I haven't inspected my windows hard enough to see where exactly the draft's coming in, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try. Just,
We
just foam seal my windows shut. Just
Yeah,
get
that's
that
renter friendly.
spray foam insulator. Just seal my windows shut. Like, well, cold ain't coming in now, and nothing's coming out of this window. Yeah, my landlords won't care. No, it's
No,
fine.
no. In
I
fact,
think it's okay.
they'll find it as an investment for the future. They'll keep it there for the next tenants.
Exactly. It's like, listen, heat isn't going to go wasted now. Like, will they die in the summer? Maybe, but in the winter, they'll stay warm. And that's all we need, right?
I mean, for the harsh
Yeah.
winters we have around here.
Oh yeah, it's been really cold the last couple of days. But I mean,
Yeah,
I did buy a heated blanket finally this winter, so if I do get really cold, I can just whip that out.
Minna keeps on bothering me to get one, and I keep on
Oh, they're so
forgetting.
nice. I went to Kohl's for mine. Kohl's has a bunch.
Right. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if they're starting to go on clearance.
They
Because
might,
it's not like
because it's
quite the end of winter, but it's almost like the end of winter for retail rotations on their sales floor.
yeah, because it's almost Easter, which means it's almost spring.
Yeah.
So
Heated
yeah, I
blanket for
wouldn't hurt to
discount.
go. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to go check out your local Kohl's.
Yeah, we have one pretty close, actually.
There you go.
which is
I
not
honestly,
something most of
I,
New England can say anymore. I feel like a lot
yeah,
of them have closed.
I love me a Kohl's. I love going to Kohl's. There's so many. There's always deals. I always save money somehow when I'm there.
I
Like
feel
they're
like
like, "Oh,
it's
you want some
always
Kohl's
really
cash?"
expensive.
Well, I mean, I look through the clearance section and then they're like, "Oh,
Mm.
you want some Kohl's cash?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll take some Kohl's cash. Why not?"
Like your local dealer for Kohl's Cash.
Exactly. I do like that with Kohl's though. You can have Amazon returns there. I always thought that was really
Yes.
smart.
That's what
Hmm.
I primarily use them for. I don't buy shit, but I go in to drop off my Amazon returns.
Yep, yep, exactly. I had the return. I bought what did I return last? It was I bought a charging set headstand thing for my Oculus, but then I
Mm.
found out it only charged the headset itself and not the controllers, and that's really the mainly what I was buying it for because I need to charge the controllers.
But the
And I haven't.
controllers, they just take AA batteries, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do, but you can buy rechargeable AA batteries and then
Yeah.
charge them through that. So that's what I wanted to do, but I just like bought the wrong thing, and then I just kind of felt defeated. So then I haven't replaced. I haven't bought the right thing again.
I didn't
And I was like,
realize
oh
that there were
well.
like little charging ports on the controllers at all, though.
I think you have to take the batteries out to
Oh,
charge it.
okay. Then you
Hmm.
can just get a set of batteries that comes with a charger, my dude.
But I wanted the fancy holder thing. I wanted to be fancy and cool.
That's fair.
Yeah, this one was cool. It had like LED lights and everything, but I'm like, oh, but I won't charge my controllers, and that's what I wanted.
We need to do
Honestly,
something in VR again soon.
we do. I was just gonna say I haven't touched that thing in a hot minute.
We went to one of the offline parties last
Oh yeah.
weekend and we were going to hit you up, but we saw that you were already offline on Discord and we're like, oh, say we sweep in.
Those parties start late, and I go to
Yeah.
bed at 10 p.m.
Yeah, they
I go
said
to
at
bed so early.
11.
Yeah, I go to bed so early lately. I mean, if you give me enough ahead of time, I usually will try to stay up, but I go
We
to bed at
should
like
have
10
told
p.m.
you ahead of time.
Nah, it's okay.
Because Surge came along too. It was a really good time.
Next time, if you two do it next time, let me know.
We
I need
need
to
to
hang out
just
with
do
Surge
like a
more.
little local New Englander get together
We
offline.
should.
Because
We
I
should. We
like
should try to
doing
do
these
that.
little offline parties where we just hang out and nobody's worried about a stream functioning or something like that.
Maybe we can try to do that through your Discord server you have, like your little like
Yeah.
collab Discord server. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
I'd be
thinking
definitely
about
down for
adding
that.
more channels for something like that or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That'd be fun. I'd definitely be down. I'm always down to hang out with the gang. Gang gang.
Makes me feel like I need to like start making like roles for people to take in the Discord. I didn't want it to be like this big official thing where people grab roles regularly and I have a bot handling all of it for me. But it's almost starting to make more sense to like ask people to grab roles for like certain games that they play so I can just ping them instead of the entire Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot. I mean, that's what I started to implement my Discord is I have a moots only
Oh,
chat.
I
So like
know.
anybody you're part of it, yeah. So yeah, just like any of my friends that I'm like, hey, I'm playing so and so game if anybody wants to join.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I make a role that specifically says like Fortnite and people opt into that role. So when I'm like, I want to play Fortnite, I'm gonna ping the Fortnite role just so I'm only pinging people who are
Oh.
interested in playing Fortnite.
Oh, so yeah, that's smart. Make
Because
interested in
Zombie
every
does
single
something
thing.
like that in her Discord.
Yeah, I think she does. Mm-hmm.
I've seen plenty of people do it. I just haven't bothered to, but now that I'm starting to like think about just like, oh, I want to ping people and be like, anyone want to play Fortnite, but I don't necessarily want to ping everyone. I'm like, maybe I should
No,
start making roles.
that's sorry. Maybe I should do that too in mine. That'd be smart.
It's hard to keep track of everything and be like, oh, I need to do this little technical cleanup thing, and then all of a sudden you have a giant laundry list of little tech things to update.
No, exactly. It was like a bunch of things I want to start doing with my server. I just haven't had the energy to really go for it.
Yeah.
I need to like sit down one day with like one of you that knows how to really work Discord and just help me set it up properly. Like you, I know Madam said they'll also help me too. I just need to find somebody.
Yeah. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. Sometimes the bots stump me a little bit because they'll be on like the discovery thing. Like Discord's got its whole own website where it's like, oh, here are all of our bots and how they're ranked and how they've been reviewed in the past and stuff like that. But they don't get the pages taken down when the bot has like been abandoned. So there's been a few bots that I've had join my server only for me to like go through the bot that has joined my server because in their description they have another server that I can join, and I get into that one and it's all just a bunch of people saying the bot doesn't work. It's like, oh great.
No.
Now I have to revoke permissions from something that I just gave permissions.
Yeah, there's one bot I tried to implement onto my server just to like help like give notifications when I upload a VOD to YouTube or something. Yeah. And it just will not work for me. And I tried messaging like the people who made a bot and I'm like, here are my issues. And they're basically like, oh, that's a you problem. I'm like, cool. Thank you. Like, I don't think it's a me problem, but all right, thanks.
I recently added one for that exact same reason.
Yeah, I saw that on your Discord channel. I was gonna ask. Yeah, I was gonna ask you earlier where you got that so I can implement that instead.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure when you see bots in other people's channels and servers and stuff, you can just like click into their full profile and they usually have somewhere to go. It looks like Sapphire might have a link in its description. It also has an add app button. I don't know what the fuck that does though.
Yeah,
but that's how I get them sometimes. I'll go into my friends' servers and I'll be like, what are they using? Because that bot is working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like it simply could add it right to my Discord. Cool. I will do that after this, I think.
Yeah, I've been liking it. The only small drawback is that it is unable to notify people about a premiere at premiere time. It will notify people when the premiere link goes live so people can be in the waiting room.
Gotcha.
And like ask to have a reminder via YouTube and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that stinks, but I think that's a YouTube like coding system on their back end sort of thing and not necessarily the bot itself.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's usually how it be.
Because that's how they go up in like your feed. If you're following someone on YouTube and they put up a premiere link, it comes up in your feed once the premiere link is live. They don't like throw it back at the top of your feed when the video's like actually going live.
Yep. That makes sense.
I don't know if it even throws it once it's uploaded. I don't know. My subscriptions go by too fast for me to fucking notice.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, lately I've just been manually putting in what videos I upload. Like, here we go. If you want to check out, because I know a few of my watchers have been like, oh yeah, I watch your VODs when I miss stream, which is nice. I love when people are like, I love watching your VODs. So I never really think people actually watch my VODs until they say something about it. And then it makes me be like, oh, okay, that's good that this is being helpful. And people are
Because
actually
there's also
like tuning
people
in.
like Babs who was saying that they really like watching the VODs when they're trying to fall asleep to just have like background noise. So
Yeah,
there's some
yeah.
people who just like the background noise.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do sometimes. I put on a VOD or a podcast just so I
I
can have some kind
enjoy
of
being
noise when I go to
background
bed.
noise.
Mm-hmm. Anybody wants me to be their background noise, I approve. Have at it. You can hear
Flattered.
me scream. I'm flattered that you want to hear me scream at something. I always
Uh,
like, oh, let's play this comfy, cozy game, but halfway through, I'm just screaming at whatever thing isn't working. That's why I'm like, I'm not a cozy streamer. I just like playing cozy games.
Cozy chaotic.
Cozy chaotic, yeah. Like I'll play like something cozy, like Arcade Paradise is kind of cozy, but here I am fucking screaming at it and telling people to shut the fuck up if they are wanting me to rush on something. uh, Arcade Paradise is such a fun game, though. I highly recommend you play it, Mana. I think you'll have a good time with it.
Yeah, I think I stuck that into my Steam wish list so I can keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love the whole vibe of it. I love that retro style.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to want any more tarot readings about anything else?
We could do another tarot reading. Close
Okay.
off. Because I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're ending this at 9. You can do one more tarot reading.
We don't have to like directly at 9, but like
Mm-hmm.
close-ish. And I know I did 2 readings for Maya, but there was just kind of like a point in the conversation where it was like, oh, let me ask my tarot cards about that. So if you have
Yeah.
any desire for any more questions to be answered, since we've been shooting the shit for like an hour and a half now,
Mm.
I am more than happy to give you another reading.
Should I? I'm guessing not a yes or no. I'm thinking of a yes or no question.
And that can be
Uh,
so hard. I will get into these
yeah.
loops where it's just, nope, that's another yes or no. That doesn't
I
work
bought
either.
a specific kind of tarot card that answers yes and no only, just in case I do
Right.
have a yes or no question. What is it? Hold on, let me grab it real quick. It's a fortune telling cards. And they're all like maybe, yes, no, like not a chance,
Try again
weather's permitting,
tomorrow. Yeah.
maybe next time. That's how I decided to get my PC. Is that I kept when somebody I was friends with had these cards, and I'm like, I kept asking, should I buy my PC? And it kept saying yes. Like I think I asked it like 5 times, and every time was like some version of yes. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm buying my PC.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm. But what should my question be? I don't know. I'm trying to get back into the dating scene again. How is my relationship status gonna be?
Ooh,
Should
okay.
I get back into dating or should I hold off?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Wait, did I shuffle these good enough?
Let's see. What is my? I just want to see what my card's gonna tell me. All right. Should I get back into dating? Let's pull out this card. I don't understand.
Like, bitch,
What is
why are
that
you
supposed to
asking
mean?
me? I have the 7 of Wands, the Mother of Cups, and the World card again.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, I have to actually put them out. I was about to start reading without even like showing you what your
I
fucking
like
cards were.
the goose on the 7 of Cups. It's really good.
Yeah, she's fun. Um. So the 7 of Wands is definitely saying that there's good potential out there.
Okay.
Especially in finding somebody that you find like inspirational or motivating, just like really drives you to stay creative. which is good and important. The Mother of Cups, however, is definitely telling you to be a little bit more protective, maybe picky sort of thing. Like, um, picking partners at our age definitely gets more and more serious as time goes on.
Yeah.
And you gotta pick someone that's not gonna be like absolute dog water on like your future.
Yeah. Like if I get even a smidgen of ick, I should be like, all right, next.
Yeah, I think between these two first cards, they're kind of like there's someone out there and there's someone waiting, and I think you're going to have that moment that kind of clicks and it's like, oh, okay, this one's nice. Where you just kind of get that gut feeling that things are going the right direction. So yeah, definitely like listen to your instincts. If you get the ick, listen to it. And then as we talked about earlier with the world having that feeling of like conclusion and fulfillment, things like that.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't think that finding this person is too far off in the distance, but they're gonna give you a feeling like that where things just feel right. So
Okay. Good.
wh-
That's what
when
I'm
you
hoping.
get the ick, you go, thank you, next.
Thank you. Next. Yeah.
Thanks, Ariana.
Thanks, Ariana. Maybe I'll find my own SpongeBob. Maybe without the newborn child though.
Oh,
Oh, oof.
that really do be the thing about like getting into the dating world and stuff like that. I've been listening to too much true crime and just like Reddit
It's
stories and stuff like
awful.
that. You really
It's
need to
ugh.
be picky about your person, because then suddenly you might be hooked on like a mortgage together, or you might have a kid and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, actually, you're not showing up. This is cool.
Yeah, my family has always been like, you're so picky when it comes to dating. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want dog water.
I don't think
want
that's a
them-
bad thing.
No, I know what I want, and as soon as I get the ick, I'm usually like, I'm okay now. I don't need that.
Right.
So I'm just kind of like, but at the same time, like, I gotta make myself not be as picky because,
Yeah.
I need to start dating. But I also don't want to date. I don't want to lower my standards either.
Because there could be, like, almost, like, irrational pet peeves that you have. And, like, maybe you're like, okay, I'm being irrational. It is a pet peeve. I get it. But, like, that doesn't make this person a bad person. 'Cause I hate to use this example because I'm reaching from personal experience, but one of my personal like pet peeves and icks is just kind of like I have some level of misophonia, and I can't stand it when people chew like a certain way.
No.
And,
or like drink loudly or like anything like that. I get you.
Minna can sometimes. But I like pointed it out a couple of times, and I think they got a little more self-conscious about it, which oopsie, that wasn't the intention, but
Like,
just
sorry,
like
babe.
an expression of like my overstimulation right now cannot handle you. I'm sorry. But Minna's mom does it all the time, and I don't have I can't say anything to that woman. It doesn't matter enough. It's fine. I can live with it for the short moments that I have to. Because if that's the thing that like icks me and like makes my brain hurt for a moment, that's the least of my fucking worries.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if somebody I know I'm gonna be constantly with, I'd probably be like, hey, that kind of ticks me off a little. Sorry, could you please fix that? But if it's somebody I'm like not gonna really hang out with too much, I'll just keep it down. I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine for this moment.
Yeah.
But no, I get you. That little noises pisses me off so much. I hate it. I hate when people like make little mouth noises or chew really loud. They gulp their water down, and I just hear it. I'm like, please be quiet.
Please stop breathing.
Just stop breathing. There was one time, you get it, you have a sister. One time my sister was just breathing too heavily and kept coughing, and I literally stared at her, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Stop functioning as a human, please.
No, I completely get that. Oh my god, that's so funny. Except my sister could never throw it back at me. She would never be like, can you stop breathing?
My sister and I are so mean to each other. Especially like yesterday, we had to share a room, and this is the first time we like shared a room and a bed since we were like teenagers. So right. And this morning we both woke up, and I'm like, my grandparents are both like, "Oh, how did you two sleep last night?" And I look dead straight at my sister. I'm like, "You toss and turn a lot," and she's like, "Well, you snore."
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh,
you know, I'm gonna be
sisters.
sharing. Oh no, I might not be, but for PAX, I might be sharing a room with my sister in a hotel.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll find out if I have an instance like that.
I guess my sister kept, every time I snored, she would wiggle the bed to get me to stop. I'm like, you little bitch. That's probably why I kept waking up throughout the night.
I used to do that with Minna quite a bit because I can be a bit of a light sleeper, but there are like certain things that my brain has just become accustomed to sleeping with Minna all the time, being a fucking sleepwalker.
Oh my god, Minna's such a sleepwalker.
I used to wake up for it all the time, but there's been a couple of instances lately, more than a couple, but where Minna will be like, "Oh, I was sleepwalking last night, and I woke up, and I was in this room, and I had, like, different clothes on, and I was trying to, like, barricade the door or something." I was like, how the fuck did I sleep through all of that? How on earth?
God, there were so many times Minna would wake me up from it, like, as kids, I would be sleeping over at their house, and they'd wake me up from a dead sleep, being like, we have to go do this thing, we have to go set up, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, we have to go, like, there was one time they were like, we have to go and get, like, the party, I don't know, like, we're gonna go do a party or something at, like, 3 a.m. And they're like, we have to go, they're gonna be here soon, we have to go set up, and I'm like, go back to bed, and they're like, okay, and then they go back to bed.
That's all it takes for her sometimes. It's so funny.
I'm like, that's not happening, go to bed. And they're like, okay. And then they just plop back down, and I'm like, thank you.
I forgot that this is something that we could bond over.
Oh yeah. I know Minna and their antics.
They definitely don't like do the like almost like slapping and shaking you awake as much as often anymore. I definitely experienced that quite a bit in the early stages of the relationship, where they'd be like, wake up, we gotta do there's people coming over, or like there's someone at the door right now. I'm like, no there's not, go the fuck back to sleep. Stop it. Because I'll like wake up in a panic for a second, and I'll like believe what they're saying, and then all of a sudden they say like a really broken sentence, or they just like say one dumb word over and over again, like rubber ducky, rubber ducky. I'm like, shut up, go back to sleep.
You can kind of tell when they're sleeping. They're like, go to bed, it's fine. I'm like, okay. All right,
like, being woken up, you do have that moment of like, huh, what's going on? And then you go, oh, you dumbass.
Like, go back to bed. Go in the corner. You're in timeout.
Yeah.
They're a silly person, them. Silly,
love
goofy.
Them. Love them.
We love our silly, goofy Gorgon. But that was, Oh, speak of the devil. There. Go back to bed. Get here.
You used
Go
the
back
wrong
to bed.
scrim.
They knew their ears were ringing. They knew we were talking about them.
Yeah. I mean, they are in the same room as me right now. I had a feeling.
Hi, Minna. I would never bully you in your sleep.
No.
I would never tell you to shut the fuck up and go back to bed. Never.
Never.
Never, ever.
I would also never do that. We were talking purely hypothetical.
Yeah, this never happened. All hypothetical, guys.
Yep. Oh, it was especially scary at Minna's parents' place though, because I would like wake up and Minna would just be like sitting at the top of the stairs and it's like, no, we're getting away from that right now. We're not gonna sleepwalk downstairs.
I don't know if I've ever experienced Minna sleepwalking. Like, they normally would just get up and then wake me up. And then I would tell them to lay back down.
No, I definitely saw them, like, walk around a little bit more so and, like, leave the room and, like, come back. And then the first few times that I experienced that, I just assumed that they were, like, going to the bathroom. But then they would just, like, stand in the middle of the room. And it's like, God, I hate how creepy you get like this sometimes.
God, as long as they didn't say anything creepy back, then I guess it's okay.
They don't usually, and at that point when they're just standing there, I can go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they like mumble something completely incoherent. I go, "Okay, you're coming to bed now. Let's go to bed."
Gonna chorus them like a puppy, like, come here, it's good night.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes they have to physically get up and like get back in the bed.
But it's been better lately. That or I just sleep through a lot of it.
Hey, maybe. I guess there was one. At least I haven't like tried to walk out of the front door. I guess there was one time my sister. Luckily, my dad was still awake, but I guess she woke up in the middle of the night, slept walked, went all the way downstairs, and went to go open the front door. And my dad's like, hey, what are you doing? And I guess he just tried to guide her back to bed.
Oh,
like, thank God my dad was still up.
Right.
And then he's like, and then I locked the door at night for the rest since then.
Yeah. They tell me this story where they were on a school field trip and they walked out. Yes, Minna's telling the same story at the same time. They walked
that's
out,
right.
And it clicked and locked right behind them as they were waking up and didn't have their room key. Maybe I'll have to have Minna come on to the podcast and tell that full story because it's a full ass story.
Because I was there, but I don't think Minna woke me up because I was in a room with somebody else.
Yeah. And also, I think by the sounds of it, a teacher found them pretty quickly before them being able to do anything.
It's like, oh, Minna. It's silly goose. I know, we could talk hours about our experiences with Minna.
Oh, probably.
Our little stories. We could do a whole podcast episode, like, Minna time. Stories about Minna.
Make that a special.
Make that a special.
Or
you cannot. One time, I got a bunch of stories I could tell y'all about Minna. But I won't. I'll save them the embarrassment.
They will slowly trickle in from one stream, one podcast to another, to a collab, and you have to be here all the time for the Minna lore.
Exactly. This trickles of Minna lore. Every time we say some Minna lore, someone has to jot that down.
Okay, I think that just about wraps us up for the night, though. I think we're both getting a little eepy, so
I am definitely getting eepy.
it's almost your bedtime.
It is, but this is when I take a shower and go on nights.
Before I have you go nunites, where can everybody find you? Plug yourself.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at Sairi the Saint. You can also find me on Twitter and TikTok with the same handle, Sairi the Saint. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have a Discord too. You could go on my Twitch and find that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have any like big events coming up or anything like that? Even small events?
It's not set in stone yet, but eventually I want to be start commissioning a VGen for TikTok edits for people's streams, and if they want me to make TikToks or YouTube shorts for them. So look out for that. I'm eventually going to do that. I'll probably announce it on my Twitter and on my when I'm streaming. But yeah, that's about it for announcements.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Hold on, can I call out Snowy real quick?
Sure.
I am not stinky. Stop calling me that.
I love that has been like the inside joke over there that you're Sairi the Stink instead.
I love it, but I also hate it.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. If you want to do a proper outro. Mm.
Yeah. Bye, get lost. I'm kidding.
Bye. Deuces, see you later. I didn't invite me to the wedding then.
No. We're not gonna do that.
No, I will cry big tears.